We're back. Me and Coach and I have changed locations, so this will be part two, I guess, of our get to know each other interview. So, Coach, where I left off, I don't know if you heard me, but I said if you personally weren't the biggest mover and shaker this offseason around the league, there's someone that lives in your own house that was, and of course, I'm
Yeah,
talking about your son, Demir Salisbury, coming over with you from CV to McCaskey. I'm just wondering, how's the transition been for him, both athletically and personally, and how have the guys taken to him? Because I can imagine transferring high schools when you're a transferring schools when you're a high schooler isn't the easiest thing in the world. But ironically enough, you did that yourself because you played at LS
yeah.
before you went to McCaskey. So there's little companion to that. So how's the transition been for everybody involved, and how have they taken to each other?
It was fairly easy for Demir because we're from Lancaster, so a lot of the people here I met, he knows a lot of kids that go to McCaskey already. And there's a lot of kids that know him that he doesn't know. But there are like a lot of the guys on the basketball team. He's been friends with them for a long time, and just knowing people here. So it wasn't like he completely was coming to a new school and didn't know anyone. You know what I mean? And McCaskey's
Right.
actually a bigger school. So I just asked him, what was the biggest? He just like it was just a bigger school, but it's been a great transition for him. He's doing very, very well in his classes. This is actually like academically his best start that he's ever had.
Awesome.
It's actually just the first month, but he's doing very, very well in his classes. And basketball it's just been great for me to just be around him every day. He's learning a lot, and right now he's a good player, but he still has a ways to go to become the great player that I know he could be. And just being around me and every day and picking up those habits of all of the small details that need to be incorporated into his game is going to be a great season for him.
Well, that's great. I'm great to hear he's doing well in school. That's
Yeah,
awesome. I mean,
yeah,
that's usually that's not the case for a new kid transferring
yeah,
schools, but good for him.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. Hey, I guess the $1 million question that everyone wants to know, and I have the opportunity of being the vehicle to ask this for the
Mhm.
masses. You and I were talking before. You have a lot of toys you can play with this year, whether it's the front court, the back court, with Amir and Jelani, and of course Demir. So
Yeah.
I guess what is this gonna look like style wise? Are we thinking like a primary ball handler with a lot of ISO? Like what do you envision this looking like before you get started here? Like what will this look like on the court?
Well, I'll just start with the defensive end. I think we're going to be really, really good on defense. Those guys are athletes, so I think we'll be very, very good on the defensive end. We have a couple other guys. I can't really speak on right now, but we have some guys that could really get after it on the defensive end. But then on the offense with Jaylani and Demir. They'll be our two primary ball handlers. We'll have Demir playing some too.
Okay.
But he'll be able to rebound and push, and we'll have some sets for him to run that point guard because he is a point guard, and Jaylani, he's an explosive guard. Very, very quick, very explosive athlete. And as far as ISOs, it's really just going to depend on the defenses that we see because I do have a feeling we're going to see a lot of different types of zone this year for some reason. I just really feel like we're going to be zoned up a lot. Um, so we'll just have to come up with some schemes for different people's zones and then just try to get out there and rebound and then try to get those quick transition points. But I want to play an up tempo game, like I said, just
Mhm.
getting stops and giving guys the freedom to be themselves, and then just putting them in the best position to be the best version of themselves. So again, it's not really I do have some game planning to do, but I do think we're really going to see a lot of zone this year for some reason. But that's just what I feel. But obviously, if we have, we'll have a lot of mismatches, and we'll just take advantage of those mismatches.
Yeah. Um, the word culture gets
Yeah.
thrown around a lot with new coaches when they take over and things like that. I kind of feel that's been beaten to death with being so abstract. So let me ask my question this way. What are some non-negotiables that a Dustin Salisbury led McCaskey program what's going to be required of those guys? What are your non-negotiables for the guys who are going to be playing for you?
Well, the first one is, they gotta come in and have good grades and do the right thing off the court, just being good people because it doesn't matter if it's the best guy on our team down to the last roster spot. They gotta be we gotta have a team of good people. So that's the first thing, good people. Then next we'll go into their grades. And that's just not for me. If they don't get good grades, they just can't play, and that's not my call anyway. So we're really going to be on those guys about their grades. And then basketball wise, I'm not a guy who yells and cusses and is real animated. So the expectation is just, not to try to take advantage of someone like that. Just come in and work hard. You know what I mean? And buy in. I'm not someone who talks a lot as far as, the small details. We do have some young guys that need to learn, so we'll do some talking, but I'm more like, I like to put them into action and then we'll sit down and we'll watch film and then let them, see for themselves. So just a non-negotiable is being a good person, getting good grades, and just really and working hard and just buying into to what we're trying to do here, which is you know them buying in. It's all about them because I'm putting them in a position to be the best version of them. So if you can't buy into the highest version of yourself, you're in the wrong business. You know what I'm saying?
You're knocking all these answers out of the park. Like I'm starting to really like what you're I'm picking up what you're putting down for sure.
Yeah,
I love it. Hey, we talked off top that this really won't hit you until you see people in the gym and games count
yeah,
for real and everything. And I want to ask you, I've been asking all the new guys this. What when people are walking back to their cars at like 9 o'clock at night on a game
yeah.
night and they're talking about your team, what do you hope they're saying about a Dustin Salisbury led McCaskey team as him being the head coach?
That we just played hard and left it all out there on the floor. Again, whether it comes in a win or a loss, just that we played hard, and that's what I'm just gonna really, really, really try to get the guys to buy into is just playing hard. And we have to have, even when you're playing hard, we also need guys that are tough. There's a difference between playing hard and being tough. So I just want people to know that they'll be able to see the difference of the kids being motivated. So when they leave the gym, I just want them to be able to say that I came in and I was able to motivate those guys again to be the highest version of themselves. Again, it's not. I don't want no recognition for being the coach because again, you get a lot of coaches who want in and who want to come in, and then the show becomes about them. And I'm not that kind of guy because I've been able to fulfill so much stuff with my own personal basketball career that I'm fine with that part. Now going into coaching, obviously I want to be the best coach possible, but it's not going to make or break me. So again, we said that earlier. So just them knowing that I was able to motivate those guys to be the highest version of themselves.
Excellent. Last one I have for you. It's the most important one. Are we
Mm.
going to be seeing any Coogee sweaters on the bench? Is that going to be happening?
Man, I gotta represent Coach Powell, right? So I'm not saying when, but you will see at least one this year, for sure, because Coach Powell, that was his uh every game attire. It was always a different sweater. That's what people know Coach for. So I gotta represent him one time. So you will definitely see at least one Coogee sweater this year for sure.
I love it. I love it. You
Yes,
said as a tribute to the late great Coach Powell, it
for
has to be that
sure.
way.
Yes, for sure.
You know I had to ask that now. Come
Yeah,
on
for
now.
sure. Yeah, for sure, for sure. That's going to happen for sure.
All right.
Yes,
Hey,
for sure.
listen, Coach, I really appreciate it. I thank you so much for your time. I'm really excited. McCaskey has juice again, and
Yeah.
I'm juiced up to see it. Obviously, I wish you nothing but the best success. And my promise to you is I call all you guys coach out of respect
Mm.
and reverence. So please bear with me with you. I'm gonna have to rewire my brain after a couple decades because you've always been Dustin Salisbury, but I promise you will be Coach Salisbury when I see you in person. I promise.
Well, here's the thing about that, man. I don't even, to be honest with you, I rather people call me by my name. You know what I mean? Because calling me coach is just like I know I'm a coach, but sometimes I still feel like a player a little bit. You know what I mean? So I know I'm a coach now, but I don't. If someone doesn't call me coach, I'm not one of them guys. I don't mind it at all because a lot of the kids, I've already told them, man, just call me Dustin. So some call me Dustin, some call me coach. But it's not really a something that I'm really stick. So if you want to call me, I would much rather you call me Dustin, man. That's probably better. You know what I'm saying? So I'll leave it up to you, but I won't feel disrespected by anyone who doesn't call me coach. You know what I'm saying?
All right, good
Yeah.
deal. Well, Dustin, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for obviously your playing career and getting me so interested in covering LL basketball, growing up in it and everything. I thank you so much for your time. I'm really excited to see your tenure as a head coach.
Appreciate it.
Just talking to you for the last 20 minutes or so, it's obvious that the guys have a good leader at the front of the room. So
Appreciate it,
again,
man.
wish you nothing but the best, and we'll
Appreciate
talk
it.
to you down the road.
All right. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You got it.
All right.